been a real complicated profession. Hard to trust when you don't ever know people's intentions. Keep it independent. When they try to stop you, say, nah, homie, this is the way. Hey, yeah, so legit. OG, call me Boba Fett. You a little Padawan kid, taking notes and sit. I hold my head up high, just repping for these comic nerds, cosplayers, gamer kids, movie nuts, what a world. Yeah, just used to think we don't exist, right? And now it's cool to like the things we always did, right? I would be mad, but if I think about it twice, I'm just happy that we're getting all this dope content. So I just keep it cool, honey bunny, deadly like a Mace Windu. When I'm playing Desert Rick, the only time I play by rules. In a different lane, I've been doing my thing, but just like Rocket, y'all been confusing me for Rabbit. Stop it.
Rabbit is correct and clearly the smartest among you.
I roll in solo, I'm stealing the show, that's Donald Glover. I pull the crossbow like Chewie and y'all show up for cover. The bounty hunter in the game with these raps. I just get the puck, check the fob, take them out, secure the bag. Yeah, midichlorians course through the veins. I don't know what that means, they sure keep it vague. Wanna stop me, it's obvious you're insane. If you thinking that you ever gon' hit me with stormtrooper aim. Yeah, they calling me Death Star, I'm about to blow up. I may be cute, but I'm also deadly, that's Baby Yoda. I'm in the booth, give me time to reshoot. Now I'ma show you why they scared of me like Vader at the end of Rogue One. Hey, there ain't a beat I think I couldn't rip through. It's like I powered this microphone up with kyber crystals. Firing missiles out the Falcon in this battle, and I'm about to take a flow to this universe. Call me Jon Favreau. Yeah, loving the light, but I'm really been feeling the dark entice me. I might go psycho, Kylo Palpatine, Darth Maul and Snoke. I'm grabbing a mic and thinking he got the skill. Step up and try me, I don't gotta be a fucking Jedi to force the show. Yeah, I think I found the droids you're looking for. We'll be at Comic-Con with all my people getting geeks. I'm like the Kevin Smith of rap, getting paid to tour. Talk about the shit I love and do it independently. So love the anime, Marvel, your favorite shows in DC. Anything to make you feel and escape from the stress. Do your thing, don't be afraid to be yourself. Believe me, they can never hurt you with the best Star armor fit. Yeah, I've been paying all these dues. Amateurs, you couldn't last a day up in my shoes. Still there's people who've been praying that I lose, but like Mando's helmet, I will not be removed, no. I'm going Cara Dune, locked and loaded. Training like I'm Luke, always stay devoted, yeah. Waiting for the Mandalorian season 2 to drop. Until then, I've spoken.
This is the way.
I have spoken.
This is the way.
Hey everyone, how's it going today? So today we are starting one of our top 5 from our challenges again. This one today that I'm bringing you is my top 5 Star Wars Funko Pop troopers. So this should be a pretty good one because there's a lot of different troopers. I've taken quite a few pics of them as well. But let's take a look and see what we got going on in the chats. I see my man Christopher is here from Seriously Star Wars. Yes, the music. Party time. I need this song, Christopher said. And let me find my mouse here. There we go. Yes, the music. Party time. I need this song. Yes, the song is by Echo, E-K-O-H. Pretty cool song. It's called Mandalorian. You can find it in Apple's iTunes, things like that. It's a really cool tune. And Lex, hey, Jedi Lex, how you doing? Yo. Top grade production value. Well, I hope so. I hope so. So we don't have a lot of people in our chat, which is okay. But I think a lot of people are going to see this on the replays. This is a pretty good one. So without further ado, we're going to get into our presentation for the day. And we're going to start with our top 5. At number 5, from my top 5 Star Wars Funko Pop troopers, we have Captain Phasma. So this pop I recently picked up. As you can even see, the box isn't in that great condition. Kind of got a little beat up. I got it for like $7, so I'm not going to complain at my local comic book shop. But again, I don't really care about the boxes, so this might actually even make it into a barbecue grill or a bonfire over the summer because it's in that bad a condition. It's like falling apart at the seams. But again, I picked it up because I hadn't had this one. Really wanted this one, so it's really apropos of getting the top 5 troopers, because this is one I actually got to recently photograph and add. I think this image, you might actually be seeing it here first before it posted on social media. But this is cool. I was recreating a scene from which one was it? Force Awakens, where she's kind of walking through the Starkiller base. So thought that was kind of neat. Hey, Lex, there we go. From Christopher at Seriously Star Wars. All right, let's go to our next one. All right. For number 4 on my top 5, I went with Boss 458. This is another really great one. This is a GameStop Gaming Greats edition, and they've recently come out with a couple others from the Gaming Greats. We got another Elite Clone Trooper, so really excited for this because the Clone Commandos, not Clone Trooper, Clone Commandos, but they're just awesome looking. And this particular image, when I'm photographing this one, we actually playing with some kind of really cool technology. We actually shot this with a 3D model. So if you might have heard me talk about how I often reference my images when I'm taking them, my computer monitor is nothing more than my virtual volume. It's my backdrop. So on this one, we actually use a 3D model and able to dial in just like you would if you're in the volume at ILM. So it was really cool effect. A lot of fun. Let's see what we got here in the chat. I see someone there. Boss, solid pose. One of my favorite images. Thank you. Yeah, this pop is really cool. I just really like this one. Again, we didn't get too many clone troopers, let alone clone commandos. So this one was really cool. And if you played the game, it made it even cooler. I actually played this one back in its day. So we did put a few honorable mentions in this. And this is one of the 2 that you'll see in this broadcast here. So for this honorable mention, how to do Stormtrooper 510. Really like this trooper. I really enjoy getting it into the Star Wars Celebration, the black box. It's a nice mat. Like I said, I don't get too crazy over the boxes, but this one is really a nice looking box. So I don't mind keeping them in there. But the reason I picked this guy is because I felt like this is one of the, besides the Sand Trooper that they did as an exclusive, I can't remember if this came after or before, but what I enjoyed about this is the first time, like, really they got the Stormtrooper without just the dotted eyes and Funko. So this one, I had to give a little honorable mention because of that. I just thought it was kind of neat to see how they've kind of progressed, and it just looks so much cooler of a Stormtrooper. I really like this one. The lenses in it and everything, photographed so well, very clean, great pose. So had to make my honorable mention, of course. Looking forward to Funko releasing the rest of the Delta Squad. Absolutely, Christopher. Me too. That is going to be jamming. Let's get on to our next. So at number 3 is the magic number. Dum, dum, dum. One of my favorites. This is definitely one of my favorites. It is the Arc Umbra Trooper number 550. Again, another GameStop exclusive, Gaming Greats series. This, I mean, when I saw it in the Black Series and then I saw it in Funko, I was super, super excited because we don't often get that where you get the Funko somewhat even in a timely release after you've seen some Black Series, the Arc Umbra Trooper. But just an excellent looking trooper. Kind of has that like very, Hornet, Bumblebee-ish kind of look to him, but just solid looking. And I remember photographing this one. Actually did some research to figure out a little bit more about it. And so when they're on Umbra, the troopers, it's a bioluminescent planet. So I remember trying to find a backdrop that was bioluminescent, trying to get some of the black light plants from my son's fish tank to use in the shot. So it was a lot of fun building this one, and just an awesome looking trooper. If you don't have an Arc Umbra, definitely add this one to your collection. It will not disappoint. Agreed. The regular Stormtrooper is overdue for a makeover. Yes, Yes, it was. So I think even just in its original form with the two dots, it looks so weak. So I was really glad to see how Funko kind of um, moved forward or was able to kind of get more better in their design sculpts, things like that. And just not, I think also because over time with different IPs and brands, they were able to break away from the standard what they started with, which was really cool. I was pretty happy about that. All right, let's get to our next one. At number 2 for our top 5 Star Wars Funko Pop Troopers, we have Imperial Rocket Trooper. Is anyone seeing there's quite a theme here, right? GameStop really was killing it on the ideas of getting clones. So I really enjoyed that. So on this for number 2, we have the Imperial Rocket Trooper 552 GameStop exclusive. Again, gaming great series. Love, absolutely love this one. A few of the details that you see when this is out of the box is you can actually see that the hoses are kind of more soft good. He's got that beautiful acrylic base with the rocket blasting off and everything with the flames. So for me, I always enjoy having that because I can always underlight that and kind of really get the glow of that going, and it kind of hits into the pop and stuff and really sells that they're blasting off. So this is definitely one of my favorite troopers they've made so far. It's a solid one. Again, still easily obtain and collect and add this to your collection. So if you haven't picked up this trooper as well as the Arc Umbra, they are at GameStop. Before they start fading out and getting more of the newer pops, try to pick these up because they are definitely solid. All right. So next on my list is that other honorable mention I had mentioned. Let's reach over here. That's a deep reach there for this guy. But for our next honorable mention, none other than the Dark Trooper. But I did the Dark Trooper with Grogu. The Dark Trooper itself is a great looking Funko Pop, very menacing. But him, again, acrylic base, blasting off with Grogu in hand. And it's a glow, no brainer. This was an Entertainment Earth exclusive. Dark Trooper with Grogu, 488. Had to be an honorable mention. I couldn't just let this one go and not get mentioned. I love the Dark Trooper. Really cool details. Again, this base is one of my favorite styles of bases they do in the Star Wars series of Funko. So I had to go with that as an honorable mention. Had to add it in there. All right. So what is my top Funko Pop of the Troopers? Let's see what it is. Can anyone guess? Looking in the chat. Anyone? All right, let's get to it. We're going to hold off. We got a few comments in the chat. We'll click on to. Nice, my favorite Dark Trooper. Funko killed it with that Dark. Yes, they did. Should be on your list. It should be, but there's so many good troopers. There really are. I had to give it an honorable mention. There are other ones I like a little bit more. All right. Of all the troopers that I have in my collection, this one is probably near and dear to my heart. One of my favorites. One of my very early pops. Actually went to my local Walgreens. Was just happened to walking through and happened to see this one. Had to pick it up. When I did, it actually became one of the first ones that I photographed. So for my number 1, Clone Commander Cody, number 176, Walgreens exclusive. This pop is just amazing. All the detail on that. If you don't have one of these, please go out, pick them up because he's just awesome and you don't want to miss out. This guy is getting more and more expensive and a little bit harder to find because when people find them, they tend to want to keep them and not give them up. There's not many duplicates, I think, in collectors' homes. So Definitely pick this guy up. He's awesome. And one of the reasons why you've got that awesome Order 66 in his hand. And like I said, when I was first starting my journey in toy photographer, photographing my Star Wars Funko collection, this is one of the first ones I did. I think I recently just got my Loom Cubes, and was down in my basement, found one of the darker places in the house, and just kind of, hung some stuff from some of the pipes and put some stuff off the boiler, and just sat them up on some storage units and photographed them, and it just came out great, and I really enjoyed it. And to me, it just really kind of sold that story. So it was very fun to do. Let's pop back in the chat here. Oh, Andrea's here. Thanks for coming, Andrea. A clone worthy of a #1 spot. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Padawan Chronicles, Andrea. I need the Cody Pop. I am so surprised that Christopher from Seriously Star Wars does not have this one. I'm really surprised, because that is an awesome pop. Hey, Andrea from Chris. I'm surprised the Pepto Trooper was #1. If anyone knows, Christopher and I do the Star Wars Popcast, and we put episodes up every Monday, and we've really battered the Valentine's series or line. Just not a fan of that Pepto-Bismol pink. I think I have one in my collection. It's the Stormtrooper, but yeah, I don't know. Unless they do something with the next series or wave like that, like they've done the Pride BB-8 and the R2 this year, I don't know if I'd get a Valentine. I've avoided those. I haven't really been too big on them. But yeah, Cody. I mean, let's face it, we didn't get a lot of clones. Get Clone Commander Cody, Order 66 with the little Palpatine in his hand. That's hard to topple off #1 seed there for that #1 spot. So, Andrea from Padawan Chronicles. Hey, Christopher. So it is really cool to be able to do these top fives. I just saw Big Country Time. He put up his Darth Vader pops, and it's really cool. Again, just like he said, and I've said, and I think Will said in his, and anyone who's been doing these top fives, Ricky, Star Wars Sith, Christopher, Will from Padawan Pops. What's been really nice about, and Eric Sirespeed, I don't want to forget him. He's actually challenged some of us throughout the gauntlet. But what's really nice is, as everyone has said, is being able to see everyone's different choices, their reason for the choices, their collections. Again, because they're choosing the top 5 from their collection. So it's always amazing to see what everyone else has collected and their reasons for it. Just kind of like we might have all have different opinions of what our Star Wars best film or TV show could be. It's always fun to see such a different variety and reasoning for the Star Wars Funko Pops. I know Jedi Lex has been joining the Popcast, and she's also been doing some of these top 5s as well. So if you haven't, check her stuff out too. She's got some great ones up there. I have Commander, one of my favorite pops, maybe top 3. Right, Andrea? You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with the Cody. We definitely need more clone. Yes, we do. We definitely need more clone pops. And we'll be getting some in this next wave coming from, what is it, GameStop. I don't know if they're all gaming crates. I think a bunch of them were, but they do look to be fun. So, well, listen, thank you, folks, for tuning in today. We're going to keep it nice and short. I know there's some other things coming up. I think the next one I'm working on is top 5 aliens and creatures will be coming out next. I don't know if I'll be able to squeeze it in this week before I leave for vacation, but I will try to get that out as soon as possible just to keep you folks entertained, because it was fun to put it together. Even grabbed a new image just for this one because I was like, you know what, I need to shoot it. I need to photograph this pop. So anyway, without any more delay, thank you all for joining today. I really appreciate all your support. If you haven't already seen, we've got the hashtag #1pop1photo challenge, where this past Monday I threw down a challenge to photograph one Star Wars Funko Pop, creating a Star Wars scene using some natural light. Just use your cell phone, try to capture a great image, and see what you can do it. Try to be as creative as you can. You don't have to use Photoshop. If you want to, you can. You don't have to. If you use Instagram, best place to tag me, or you can tag me in it if you want, or tag me as a collab on it if you want. But it's best just to put the hashtag one pop, one photo challenge. And when we get those all in, I think the due date I have is July 12th. Once those are all done, we're going to review them with another toy photographer, Gregory Cook, and we're going to review them and kind of talk about them. And I'll get to interview Greg, and then we'll also probably release another challenge, because this one's actually going to be more of a challenge. I wanted just to kind of get everybody participating, get some people involved, and just try to make it simple so they can participate and not feel like they can't be a part of doing some creative toy photography with their Funko Pop. So great top 5. Thank you. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you. Yes, already submitted my photo. Yes, already submitted my photo for the challenge. Christopher, you did. You did. And it looked great. And you know I was going to come hard on you if you didn't. So I'm glad you did. But you actually you're stepping it up. You're trying to really get out there and think about the lighting and think about that, which is great. That's the whole part of it, is just to kind of see what it's like for someone trying to, you see all these toy pics on your Instagram feeds and stuff like that, your Facebook, and you're looking at you shorts, TikToks. But sometimes you don't see the toy photographers BTSs. Like I do little video clips. A lot of them do. Sometimes you don't see it, but you see this wonderful image. And it's nice to kind of now you put yourself out into those shoes and try to figure it out. And how does someone photograph it? How do you use the light? How do you do the pose? How does he have such wonderful toys to make it all happen? Just go out there and have some fun. And the reason I chose natural light and just using your cell phone, you didn't have to have all this gear and just feel like, oh, I don't have a SLR camera, or I don't have lighting equipment. Tried to make it fun and simple. And even the one I did, I honestly was so pleased with how mine came out. I was like, man, I got to show just how I'm doing mine so they can see how simple it is. I did mine right where I'm sitting, with my computer monitor behind the pop, and literally just used this beautiful window light coming in on a late afternoon. It was just gorgeous. So I saw the light and I was grabbed the box, started setting it up, and we executed on that. Andrea from Padawan Chronicles. I'll see if I can photograph my Marin Pop this weekend. Nice. I photographed her, and she's a great looking pop. A lot of great details in that. So awesome. I'm very excited. So again, thank you for coming today. I really appreciate everyone checking out the stream. I tried to keep it short and sweet, and not take up too much of your time. But thank you again. It was a lot of fun. Stay tuned for Toy Photographer. You're going to see some more images and BTSs coming soon, as well as some what's in the boxes. And we're going to have that next challenge coming up soon, the Aliens and Creatures Top 5 Star Wars Funko Pops. So until then, may the Force be with you.